Imagine being in a courtroom fighting for your freedom against charges that could lock you away for life, and then risking it all with a single gesture. That's exactly what Sean Diddy Combs did on June 5th, 2025, when he made faces at the jury during his sex trafficking trial, leaving the judge so furious that he threatened to kick Diddy out of court. This isn't just a celebrity trial, it's a drama-filled showdown that exposes Diddy's true colors, and fans are calling him out for it. Let's break down this jaw-dropping moment and what it means for the music mogul's future. Buckle up, this is going to be a wild ride. The tension in Manhattan's federal courtroom was already sky-high on day 17 of Diddy's trial. The music mogul, once untouchable with his Bad Boy Records empire, is facing charges of running a criminal enterprise that allegedly exploited women for over a decade. Charges that could land him in prison forever. On June 5th, a witness named Brianna Bongolan, a friend of Diddy's ex-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, was on the stand, facing a grilling cross-examination from Diddy's defense team. But as the questions got heated, Diddy did something that brought the entire courtroom to a screeching halt. He started nodding vigorously and making faces at the jury, catching the eye of Judge Arun Subramanian. This wasn't just a slip-up, it was a move that could change everything. But what led to this dramatic showdown? Diddy's reaction wasn't subtle. He was nodding vigorously and staring directly at the jury, almost as if he was trying to send them a message. This happened right as his lawyer, Nicole Westmoreland, challenged Brianna's story, pointing out inconsistencies between her testimony and her civil lawsuit against Diddy. Legal experts say this kind of behavior can be seen as an attempt to influence or even intimidate the jury, which is strictly forbidden in court. Diddy's animated gestures came at a critical moment when the defense was trying to discredit Brianna, and it looked like he was celebrating their attack on her credibility. But in a trial where he's already painted as a controlling monster who allegedly abused women like Brianna, Cassie, and his ex-assistant Mia, this move only made him look worse, like a man who can't help but try to control everything, even the jury. But the judge wasn't playing around. Judge Arun Subramanian didn't hesitate to shut it down. Out of the jury's presence, he called Diddy's actions absolutely unacceptable, turning to Diddy's lead lawyer, Mark Agnifilo, and demanding assurance it wouldn't happen again. "I saw your client looking at the jury and nodding vigorously," the judge said, his voice firm. He warned that if Diddy did it even once more, he'd be removed from the courtroom, a humiliating punishment that would force Diddy to watch his own trial from a separate room. Legal analysts on CNN noted that this kind of warning could be grounds for an appeal if Diddy is convicted, but it also shows how seriously the judge is taking his behavior. For a man fighting for his life against charges of sex trafficking and racketeering, Diddy's actions seemed reckless, like he couldn't resist showing his true colors, even under the judge's watchful eye. And Diddy's behavior didn't stop there. What's even more shocking is how Diddy acted after the judge's warning. When he returned to the courtroom, still without the jury, he turned to the reporters in the gallery and nodded at them, almost defiantly. Then he sat down and started chatting animatedly with a sketch artist, even blowing her a kiss. This wasn't the first time Diddy's been theatrical in court. Earlier in the trial, he made a heart gesture to his family as he entered the courtroom. And during a break, he dramatically shivered and rubbed his hands together, mouthing "cold" to a juror with a grin. These antics paint a picture of a man who's either clueless about the gravity of his situation or simply doesn't care. For someone accused of controlling and abusing women, his carefree attitude in court only fuels the narrative that he's unrepentant, a monster who thinks he's above the law. But what do fans think of all this? Fans on social media are absolutely furious, and they're not holding back. On X, viewers of the trial are calling Diddy's gestures intimidating, with some speculating he was trying to sway the jury to his side. "Y'all think he was intimidating them?" one user posted, while another called him a disgrace, who can't stop manipulating people even in court. The outrage is real. Fans see Diddy's behavior as proof of the same control he's accused of in the trial, whether it's allegedly dangling Brianna over a balcony or silencing his ex-assistant Mia with fear. With memes like the baby oil scandal still circulating, referencing the 1,000 bottles seized from his mansions, Diddy's image as a villain is stronger than ever. Fans want justice for the women who've spoken out, and they're not buying Diddy's courtroom antics as anything but a desperate act. So what's next for Diddy? With the trial now in its 4th week, the stakes couldn't be higher. Diddy's facing over 60 lawsuits, and the testimony piling up against him from Brianna, Cassie, Mia, and another ex-girlfriend, Jane, paints a chilling picture of a man who allegedly used his power to control and exploit women. His courtroom behavior, from nodding at the jury to blowing kisses, only reinforces that image, showing a man who can't stop trying to dominate every situation, even when his freedom's on the line. Prosecutors are pushing for a life sentence, while Diddy's team insists all encounters were consensual. But with the judge's warning hanging over him, Diddy's antics could backfire, making the jury see him as the manipulative figure the prosecution describes. Will his gestures cost him his chance at freedom? The fight for justice is heating up. And where does this leave us? Diddy's courtroom drama has peeled back another layer of his monster persona, showing a man who allegedly can't help but try to control everyone around him, even the jury deciding his fate. From his risky gestures to his carefree attitude after the judge's warning, Diddy's actions speak louder than words, and fans are demanding accountability. As the trial unfolds, the world's watching to see if justice will finally catch up to him, or if his fame will shield him once again. What do you think? Does Diddy's behavior prove he's guilty, or is he just misunderstood? Drop your thoughts below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more shocking updates.